empezar. Nueva partida. Historia principal, sombras del vacío. No, porque no lo tengo. Historia principal. ¿Qué dificultad ponemos? Historia. Normal. Injusta. Vamos a dejarlo normal. Y no he jugado nunca esto. Comandante del Astra Militar. 5, 5, 5. Obvio. ¿Me puedo cargar un personaje? Así me vale. Esto no se va a ver.
I'll see you macro cannons! Volley!
The Emperor gave...
I'll make it happen.
blood and mayhem.
Behold the wrath of madness. Applaud,
For the glory of that something of interest.
We have purified the battlefield, delivered their demise. Look upon the Emperor's faithful and tremble.
Time to reap the spoils of the battle. To arms! Lance batteries, volley! Success is the only outcome I accept.
No, no me acaba de motivar. Créanme uno.
Stand a chance!
We need to investigate.
A new challenge for me.
Ahora hablamos con esto. Vamos a dejarlo así, venga. Sí. Tira para adelante. Vale, voy a ponerme el chat aquí. Un momento. No se conviene. Ese personaje que es consciente. Vamos a ver si vale para algo este juego o no.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtfear, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of... My regards, Commissar. Finding you was a difficult task given your parents' fate, and your upbringing in the Schola Progenium. Truly, our meeting is an act. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it. To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers. Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis, at the time when the first rogue traders entered the Gold Emperor's service. And therefore, it is sacrosanct. So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate. There is, and you will meet him soon enough. But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora.
Error ahí de traducción, macho. Y este juego tiene tiempo, ¿eh? O sea, no lo han actualizado muy bien esto. Eso en el Baldur's Gate 3 no hubiera pasado. Al menos no con tanto tiempo.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Es un servidor con un brazo mecánico.
One of the Von Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
¿Qué cojones? Te pega un hostia y te ha matado.
problem for me.
Deja de analizar, hijo de puta, y mátalo.
Absolutely not.
Tío, no me jodas.
Duty prevails!
Al final iban a morir todos. Porque este es un normal encima, es que no está haciendo absolutamente nada.
My tactics are flawless.
Bueno, pues nada. Supongo que solo me queda fallar y fallar y fallar hasta que me mate a todos. Es atacar Kunrad. Ataca. No.
To the heretics!
Por fin, coño. Media hora.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a
¿Hay más atacando? ¿O esto viene a ellos?
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation.
None shall stand in my way.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision What will you do? While you are considering your answer, Edelthrad, I wish to speak with someone else. Perhaps I shall hear something more interesting.
What is this? Is this someone from your retinue, Theodora? Do you permit...
I give that permission to those with something of substance to say. Let us see if it was worth it. This is the second candidate for the title of my successor. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis Expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second
Bien
time.
podrían ser enanos
The mining crew
ciegos
sent to the
para
planet's
alienígenas
surface
peligrosos.
simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing up...
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence. Well, I find your company disagreeable, and yet I'm forced to endure such.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well...
So, why are you here? You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is...
Vamos a volver atrás, a ver qué pasa con esta señora. Y a ver si podemos evitar que el tío este raro me diga mierdas chungas. Bueno.
It's about time.
That is...
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation.
What is this? Is this someone from your
I give that permission to those... Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion... Pharaoh, but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find...
Sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants. Even among his flock, not all are of a piece.
Edelthrad?
I beg your forgiveness.
So, why are you here? You are direct. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The Warrant of It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, Resources, people, riches, and mysteries is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortune. Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities cannot... His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. Naturally, some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Ethelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edel. Once, you were a commissar of the Imperial Guard. A political officer who was not afraid to face his own death or to send his underlings to theirs. Resolve, faith, implacability. All of it gives one a unique... Moreover, even changing your family name will not rid you of the fame you previously garnered. I hope it will also help you bring glory to the von Valancius dynasty, to which you now belong. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. Observe, learn, absorb. Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may... Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead. Sometime, you can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to... In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent deck.
¿Qué cojones, tío?
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Reduced to dust.
One fewer target. Follow my lead. Die!
Crush the feeble.
Chaos guides me.
Nothing I can't do.
Death to non-believers!
Such is the will of chaos.
A tactically sound approach.
I took care of this one. For the cause of the Imperium!
One fewer target.
Suits my purposes.
Puta vida.
I bring ruin.
Just a minor setback.
Emperor, protect me.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let us sink. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid.
¿Dónde está el archimilitante? ¿Será por aquí?
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just up.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way.
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck, suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an...
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the Navigator's Sanctum are secure. And I have the meat. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater...
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known...
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance. And if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all,
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
We're in the war. Considering the attack, there could be a disruption in the Gala field and the info...
Enough! Master of Whispers, you must not allow my heir to turn into a mindless mutant and to perish under Enforcer fire. Do whatever it takes to bring Edelthrad back to me. Not everything in your power. You will do as I...
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. I see you have quickly earned Lady Theodora's trust, if she is already sharing her...
O sea que te joden.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him brief. How perceptive of you. I'll help you. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a... On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's curse. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wretch Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. Did you forget something?
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance? Request accepted.
There is still another way.
Follow my lead!
Escort the child of the house to safety. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiate. Voxcast frequencies disrupt.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator's sanctum. I am trying...
Communication protocol. Temporary obnubilation following acute. Mobile units of the middle and upper decks.
Run, fools, or fall!
No sé quién coño es este, pero gracias.
Master,
Hola.
whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this? What? Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain. Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop... You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a medic...
Not my specialty.
I'm at your service.
They say a little bit of humility never hurt anyone. I help others better themselves by wholeheartedly humiliating them at every step.
¿Cómo se pone? supongo. Que este tiene un par. Ah, es que este puedo usarlo. Pero yo no. ¿Es eso?
I'll pass.
Pues parece ser que no, que es eso.
Back into the fray.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are but that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost during warp transit. The Lady Theodorus. Which one? The last one I received was about the navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord can come. The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission.
Muy bien. ¿Atacarme o esto es buena idea? Pues vale.
All too easy.
Out of my way! Death to the weak!
I am your doom!
Ya, por lo que veo, sí.
Not a problem for me. Already done. suits my purposes. Nothing I can't do.
That's not the Seneschal's job. It will be done.
Joder, qué malo es eso, ¿no? Voy a matarlo ya de más justo, a ver. Ahí estamos, venga.
I'm always ready.
Clic aquí para detalles del arquetipo. Creo que es eso. Y tú, pues... atletismo. Ah, como hemos subido de nivel, pues no necesitamos. ¿Puedo revisar cadáveres? Ah, pues sí. Están todos muertos ya, ¿no? Ah. Los gilipollas, no sabía hacerlo, vale. Pues aquí, supongo. Digo yo. Mierda, no me jodas.
I hear it. Here, on the threshold of the blinded guide, doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your sooth...
Sorry, old man.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of her lady...
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. The voices from beyond the... And you are fun for...
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other air...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what... What? You don't mean the engine...
Said, without a doubt. And the voice. Oh no. No, 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 no. Nothing is well about him. Come. On it. Was that you? Or...
I will do my duty.
Hold on!
Suits my purposes.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead. But the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a job.
Wounded. Exhausted. Fighting back the endless...
Your time is short.
Fall to your knees, mortals.
Ah! It came from beyond! His book...
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp.
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join...
Voy. Por culera.